So I'm hoping nobody else is live. I didn't check, to say the truth, because I thought it's 9 o'clock, so nobody will be live. I'll just check. Nope, nobody we know's live. Cool dudes. So it must be me. Let's see if I'm live. Nope. If you're watching this and I am live, I'm just going to check to see that I am live, and then I'll talk to you. The reason I'm going live is I'm testing my new microphone out, and it's one I got on the Black Friday deals for about 20 bucks, and it got delivered today, and when I got home I had a look at it. So I just want to know what you guys think. Obviously if it's too late and you're watching football or whatever is on, or the jungle camp, or then I'm looking at the microphone. I should be looking right down here, shouldn't I, really? I really have to remember to look in the lens, because if you don't look in the lens, it doesn't look like I'm looking at you, does it? Let's just check. Let's check the sound off. Sound off, sound off. Oh, it says impromptu. Cool dudes. There's actually one person watching. Thank you so much. Cheers, big ears. This is the big camera, and I'm going to start using this a bit more, because I got the it's actually a Saramonic P Mic 3, I think it's called, or D Mic 3, and it's pointing right at me, so I don't have to have anything on my body, and it's automatically plugged in and everything. So I'm just going to turn me up to see what I'm like. Hello, hello, hello. Sound off. Sound off, sound off. It doesn't sound too bad, actually. It doesn't sound too bad. We've got 3 people watching. This is not really a live. This is just a test for the microphone. But we just got home from Meetup Monday with Ian and Barbara. If you haven't seen that, go and have a look at that on Catch Up. It was quite interesting. I interviewed Ian for the first time, and we've just had a bounty, and we're having a little schnapps. Well, it's not a schnapps, actually, it's a grappa. And in fact, it's not a grappa, it's called an aguardiente de orojo. So if you see this is like a grappa. So go and buy this. I think it's $6.50, so it's dirt cheap, and you can actually taste the earth that the grapes are grown in. So it's really good, and it's 40%, so it'll burn as well, if you want it to burn, that is. We've got 5 people watching. Vinny's on. Good evening, everything okay? You can't sleep? It's actually only 9 o'clock, isn't it? It's only 9 o'clock. So we just got home from Meetup Monday, and I wanted to test the microphone. So let me know what the microphone, whether it sounds okay. It's not sort of holling, or I'm too far away or anything like that. We shall see what we shall see. Charlie says evening. 11 people watching now. So if you watched the Meetup Monday, we had a good fun with Ian, and I interviewed him, and Barbara was on for the first time. I think she was on a couple of times sort of fleetingly, but it's the first time we've had a good chat with Barbara, so go and check that out. Afterwards we had a fantastic tapas meal. We had the chicken, the albondigas, which are like meatballs. Then we had the chicken, and Christina's listening to a book. So I'll give you a quick look at Christina. Just say hello, Chris.
Hello. Listening to my book. Peas and carrots, finally.
Peas and carrots, finally. Well, that was zoomed in, so let me zoom in. There you go. So are we at, what are we, 24, 20, 25 mil. So a 25mm zoom is like a 50mm lens. Actually, it doesn't really help because there's no background really. So I'll just get you. It makes me look slimmer, the 12mm lens makes me look slimmer. Sound and vision good, cool. In if I turn you round and I speak at the back, what does that look like? Oops. So let's say I'm doing a vlog and I'm talking at the back now. This is what it's going to sound when I'm at the back of the microphone. Now it says it's a surround sound microphone, but I don't think so. I think this one's worse quality. What do you think? I'll know when I watch it back. Oh, I haven't shaved. That's what it looks like. I haven't shaved. I did, it's just late. It's my 5 o'clock shadow. So I couldn't read any of your comments today because I was so engrossed in interviewing Ian. So, evening Tim, good evening. Anne-Marie's on, Christian Moose is on, cheers mate. Kevin Nicholson's on, hello from Canada Tim. Kevin, thank you for joining us from Canada. Canada, eh? How do you spell Canada? C-A-N-A-D-A. Mike is great, says Charlie, thank you. Evening Tim, good evening Tim, hope you are both well, says Christine Willoughby and John Beavis. Christian Moose sounds a bit flat but clear, okay. It's a shotgun mic with a sponge thing, and I've actually got an extra woolly bit on it. Evening Tim, says Barry Keto. I'm not muted again. That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun. Denise is on, hi. Hi Tim, sound and vision good, says David. And Elizabeth Hannigan is saying evening Tim. Jill Gardner, we were just talking about you, Jill, because Ian says he hasn't seen you for a while. So he was asking about you. So Jill Gardinier, I can see you but I can't hear you because we're in the Princess Dies on the Patch. Oh, you're over, are you? Okay, cool. Ian's over as well. So if you want to meet up with Ian and Barbara and me and, well, maybe not Chris this week because she's had a pretty busy week last week. But if you want to meet up, let's say hello. If we go on a morning walk, if you don't fancy walking, we could just meet and have coffee if you like. So we'll have a morning coffee if you fancy. Vinny, she looks smug as a bug in a rug. Happy place, listen to her book. She is, actually, she is. Sounds fine. Someone from the back is less flat. Okay, from the back. Okay, so if I zoom in, if I put the camera further away. Let me just get the stuff out of the way here. So I put the camera further away and do the zoom to 50mm and pop you down a bit. There you go. So you're saying this is better sound than me being close to the mic? That'd be cool. So let me just check what you guys are saying. Happy place, sounds the same. Somehow from the back's flat, okay. That's really good sound, thank you. It's a new mic you're testing. Yeah, what happened was the company where I get most of my stuff from, they decided to do a Black Friday and they were getting rid of a Saramonic PMIC or PMIC 3, which is the one that fits on top of your camera and it doesn't need batteries or anything. It's got a low cut and it's got a wind muff on it. So I bought it and so I'm testing it out now. I tested it out today early on just for quick, but I couldn't really find it, so I left it in the drawer and now I'm home from being out. So waiting to hear your feedback for the camera being further away. Really good sound, new mic from the front, very clear, but back very flat. Okay, it's if I'm turning it round, then obviously it's gonna it's got the cardioid pattern to the front, but you can still hear me from behind, right? Sounds the same at the back and forward. Okay, cool. This guy's singing big, hey, big spender here. Big spender, yeah. I think it was about 20 bucks. No, I think it was a bit more than that. It was about 41. But don't tell Chris. She can't hear me because she's listening to a book. Always fun, Tim. Hello again, Tim and Christina. I'm usually in bed at this time. Marianne Deary. Just relax. Go and listen to my I recorded 2 more meditations today. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but the one on YouTube didn't do very well. So I'm thinking of just doing like short snippets on YouTube and then sending you to a place where you can download the whole thing and listen to it, you know, at your leisure. No, what I mean is when you turn the mic round, it's less right. Okay, cool. Charlie, can't tell the difference with the mic. It's the same to me. That's good. Camera and sound was fine, but the lighting needs to defusing a little, in my humble option. Tim. The lighting is it's just a bulb up here. I haven't done any lighting, but yeah, you're right. On my balcony at night, the lighting's not very good. Is that better? No. If I take you out here, get me. No, it's not good either. But you can see the pool. There you go. Go and swim in the pool. Back to 12 mil. You're right. I should get some. That's not too bad. That's better lighting, isn't it? It's got sort of a bounce off the table. But if I sit right under the light, I'm probably overexposed. Aren't I? There you go. I've got automatic ISO, you see. Well, I quite like this camera. But then again, I keep looking at the mic or the thing. I stop looking at the lens. Can't tell the difference to the mic. Camera sound was okay. Aiming shotgun away from you sounds a bit more full. Aiming directly is a bit more flat, but very clear. Okay, cool. How you doing? Says Eugene McGee. I'm doing fine, thank you very much, Eugene. Sounds more flat when you turn your back. Sound up gets better. Okay, cool. Hi Tim, how are you all this evening after the injections for you and Christina? Hope you're okay. Yeah, Chris had a reaction to the injection she had last week. Christina's going like this. Just a little. So we're going to have another one. Aguardiente de Orojo. Oh, it's getting a bit thingy-marooge. As I say, if you want to try this, you get it in what's his name? Mercadona. $6.95 or something like that. It's under €7 anyway. And it is a grappa. So a grape schnapps. It's great for after dinner. To clear your passages. Cheers, big ears. The autofocus is doing quite well, I think, at the moment. I did that one. Paul Scarth, your picture looks great. You streaming 1080p via Streamlabs. To tell you the truth, it's 1080p, but I'm streaming direct from my camera. So I bought last year a GH5 Mark II, thinking I was going to do lots of cinematic stuff, which I'm still planning. Let me just show you. I'll do photo turnaround. There you go. So if I can show you this, I think maybe yeah. See, so that's the setup. It's a GH5 Mark II with the new microphone on the top with a fluffy thing on it, and this has an integrated. It's got an integrated modem, so you can just attach to any Wi-Fi. And I've got this Wi-Fi running at the moment. This is like a MiFi. It's got a SIM card in it, and you can go from anywhere. And it's doing I'm 6 megabits a second upload, 1080p. So that's quite good. And so all you need is the camera and some sort of Wi-Fi. You can either use a Wi-Fi or your phone as a tether, but I found that this is better, so that's quite good. So the whole setup is fairly light. I got a mini tripod, the GH5, and a microphone now. So basically it's all self-contained, and I can leave it where it is, and all I'm going to do is just attach this to the bottom, and then I can just walk further away, which would be quite good. So it won't be any good for walking around because there's not a lot of stabilization, but it'd be nice for the McMaster type stuff, where he puts it down and runs up to the camera and says, "All right, my friends, today we're going to have fish and chips and an English breakfast." I love you, Lee. 1080p, we did that one. Agreed, 1080p for me as well. Picture very good. Opinion, I don't know. I understood what you meant. You need a ring light, Tim. Lol. I know where you're going with that. Marielle's saying hi. Many bloggers are using a rotor light these days. You know, I tried those, and you got like these things in your eyes that make you look cool and stuff like that, but it's just another thing to carry. I did have a pocket light, and I've lost it. I think I left it down at the pub one day, and somebody picked it up. They said they didn't find it, but there you go. Drinking on a school night, Tim. Lol. I don't go to school anymore. I left school in 1977. Which new mic are you using as a Christian Muse? It was one that I got on Black Friday at theDukeFotografia.com, and they were giving 45% off, so I got it, basically got it half price. It's a Saramonic PMIC 3, PMIC 3. Quality looking good. The camera, like you say, the autofocus is working well. That's the bitrate like for making out of the 4G signal though. Well, you can choose the bitrate. So the bitrate I've chosen is 6 megabits a second. You can go up to 9, I think. So it's 3, 6 or 9 are the options at full HD 1080p. But you can go a higher bitrate at a lower resolution as well, which might actually be better for YouTube, where most people watch. But if you're watching it on TV, this is quite a good 1080p is quite good. 1080p 6 meg is quite good. And I'm at a very high ISO at the moment because the lighting's terrible. So the ISO is actually 4000. And then when I went in now to look, it went up to 5000. So you want to keep the ISO a bit lower, so there will be a little bit of noise in the picture because of the ISO. Looks like you can live stream from the Mavic Mini 3 Pro. Just watch the video. Yeah, you can. There's quite a few you can do, but you can't do it from the Mini, the DJI Mini. The Mavic, yes, but the DJI Mini 3, you can't. I don't get the option when I go to that section. But it's just probably just a software issue. Unfortunately, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell some sort of plug-in where you can live stream direct from the drone itself, which is going to put it over 250 grams. But I'm not too worried because I don't really want to live stream from a drone. I can live stream from my phone, from this fantastic camera, and if I want to cut in some drone footage, then it'll be it won't be a live vlog anyway either. Just seen lights that are attachable to the gimbal itself. Yeah, I've had a couple of these lights, and they just shine in your face. And what you really need is a sort of a light that comes down like this, because that's better. So if you got a camera and you got a light on it, then it's gonna make your face just really flat. But if you've got a light source coming in from the side, then that's a lot better, isn't it, really? Let me just put this. So that's quite light, actually. That's quite light. I can actually vlog with this. What's the stabilization like? It's not too bad. It's got in-body stabilization and it's got the electronic stabilization on as well. So let's see if we can get this tripod. Oop, tripod's falling over. There you go. So we're back on the tripod now. No messing. No messing. Snowing in Liverpool. Did you know Liverpool is the only place where you finish school at 16 and retire at the same day? Magic McCade's evening, Tim. Hope you and Christina are well. We are. Thank you very much. Johnny Vlogger and Denise are heading to Tenerife again next month, Tim. Yep, they've already contacted me. We're going to meet up. Hi, Tim. You look well. Thank you, mate. Paul Scarth. It's looking good, though, especially considering the low light. You know, I'm really, really pleased with this camera. It's just a shame that I can't carry it for an hour on my walk, because it would end up being just too heavy. I might try it tomorrow, actually. What do you think? I'll drive somewhere, walk as far as I can, then stop and have a coffee with this camera and see how many people stop me. You nice and chilled, Tim. Very chilled. There's so much to teach out there to choose from these days. If it works, don't fix it. That's also true, but I like pushing the boundaries. I really do like pushing the boundaries. And also I like to get to a stage where I'm doing something different than other people, you know? And I know a lot of the guys who watch my channel, they watch it because of us, because of our life and the way we chat and stuff. And we're just like mates around a table, you know? And I like to keep it like that, because I want that's better than being a character, you know? I mean, Lee is a character and he does a certain thing and he sells that certain thing really, really well and people love it. Same as Andrew. Andrew's found his niche. It's the young going out around Tenerife, and he's doing his news vlogs where he reads the British papers and the Canarian Weekly and gives you the information from those outlets. So I think that's, a lot of people want that, you know. They say, oh, if we're going to Tenerife, we want to see where I can go on a night out. I don't want to sit on a balcony with a big fat guy and his wife in a wheelchair shooting the moon, you know. So, but for me, this is a cathartic exercise. I get to talk and I get to interact with you guys. I get to explore the technology. I get to do a lot of fun stuff thanks to you. And I really do thank you guys, because you do support us more than you know, soulfully and monetarily. So I really do appreciate that. Sarah Charles is on. Hi, Sarah. Paul Scott, nobody tell him about the Ronin gimbals. You know, the R3 is tempting, but I don't have the money. And also, if I did buy that, it would just be a heavy rig. You know, the Ronin gimbals, for those of you who don't know what it is, there's gimbals for this type of camera, the same as we got the gimbal for the smartphone, but it's not really designed to film yourself. It's designed to film other people. So you're like two-handed and you're filming somebody else. So it's not really worth it for me to buy that, because I can't just hold it out at arm's length and film myself. And even if I did, it would be a bit of a, what's the word? An overkill, you know, an overkill. But yeah, I would love to have that, but I don't have a reuse case for it, because I never film anybody else. That's my problem. I don't film other people. I just film myself. But I want one. Okay, where are we? The Ronan Gimbals. Back out on Thursday, says Craig, mate. Hopefully we can meet up for a walk or a Freaky Friday. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Ronaldo didn't score, so annoyed. Ronaldo didn't score, so annoyed. That's probably something to do with football. Had a nice day out in Manchester. I saw you in Manchester earlier on. I have to say, MacMaster pushes my buttons. He pushes my buttons too. I mean, he really does a good job. I mean, I've seen behind the scenes, and I'm not kidding you. He works like a dog to get that simple footage that you see. In fact, if you go back to one of his vlogs, he walked up the steps from like a 4-level underground in London, and he walked up the steps and got to the top, right? And on film, it looks like he's just walking up the steps with his bags going, oh God, I'm another 355 to go, and then he's walking around, and then the next level you see him again, oh God, I'm dying. But if you knew how he had to film that, right? So first of all, what he did is he walked up to the steps, filming the steps. Then he walked up the steps and placed the camera, walked down the steps, got his bags, and walked past the camera, right? That was his first shot. Then he had to walk back down and get the camera, then walk back up the steps with the camera and the bags to the next level, leave the bags like 6 steps behind, walk up to the next level, place the camera, go back and collect the bags and come past and complain, right? And he had to do that 5 times. So he was really, he actually went up and down those steps more than anybody who just went up. So the way he films it, and the way he films everything, you know, when you see him getting out of the car, well, he's already got out of the car and placed the camera to film him getting out of the car. When he gets in the car, he's already placed the camera. You know, so it's like, and he takes about 5 or 6 takes of everything because he's not happy with it. Professional, that's what he is. Okay, down in Manchester, put the button. You all work very hard, Tenerife vloggers. Thank you so much, Sarah. I don't work as hard as the rest because I just go live and faff about. But I want to do some more edited vlogs. Me to Mike, says Jeff Daniels. Thumbs up. Tree Surgeon Mike, there is a life after Mac. You are growing as a person, or you are slowly dying. You have to keep pushing it, Tim. That's the way to do it. The enlightened mind. Exactly right. Exactly right. And Eddie says you can only watch so many fish and chips and breakfast vlogs. You know, I thought that, but then again, I thought it's Lee. It's where he is. It's the place. And it's not him eating the food, it's him showing off the area. So I think he's doing a really good job. But you're right. If he does anything else, you see, it's people watch the fish and chip vlogs. They watch it, you know. So you can't just not do it if it's your job, right? So yeah, he has tried to do other stuff, but he goes back to the ones that people want, you know, majority rules. He's coming on my vlog next, I think he's coming over in a couple of weeks, and he's going to come and we're going to have a chit chat, so I'm going to interview him, so watch out for that. Ozzy, thank you very much. Hi Sarah, as I was saying, hi everybody, hi Tim. Yes to the walk tomorrow, and you just keep it real. Dave Fagan, hi Tim, yes to the walk tomorrow, and you just keep it real. So I should take this camera on the walk tomorrow, and just go, and if it gets too heavy, have a coffee. Is that what you're saying? And Jill Gardinier, if you want to meet up for a walk and not go for a walk, just go and sit and have a coffee, I'm up for that as well. Pete and Shell, got a Chinese, takeaway on order, Chinese vegetable curry sauce, pork ribs, Cantonese sauce, and brown crackers. I'm so hungry now. Actually, I'm not. Check, guys. Tar for your views. Check, guys. Mike Davis says, check, guys. Tar for your views. Okay, Mike's probably saying thank you for the views. He did with his head, lol. I've missed it now. I've lost it. I've lost the plot. No, don't do football. Ah, okay, we're talking about Ronaldo now. Don't sell yourself short, Tim. Love your vlogs and drone footage. John Beavis. Thank you so much. I'm not selling myself short. It's just I'm not doing it for the same reasons as Andrew and Lee. You know, it's not a job for me. It's fun for me. Alan says, Tim, loving the drone footage, excellent. Gives you a new perspective of the area and agree with you about the work Lee puts in. I've only just started, but editing takes ages. It really does, Alan. It really does. And if you haven't looked at Alan's homemade vlogs, go and check his channel out, because everybody who's doing stuff. I mean, I think everybody should have a YouTube channel, and just go on there and just talk about your life, because we're all interesting. You know, you are interesting. You have a unique view. Let me do this, Casey Neistat. You have a unique view on certain things. So go ahead and publish it to the world, and you'll end up with a community that loves itself. There you go.
Pete,
Yes, darling.
can you make a tiny little pause?
For the tablets.
Tablets and half a water.
Half
for
a
me.
water. Christina wants half a water. And we're going to get the tablets now. I've actually got... We forgot to take Sunday's tablets, so I can use those. Some of them anyway.
We took them in the morning, or?
They were morning tablets, but you have the similar tablets in the afternoon, don't you? You have a blue one.
A blue one and two baclofen.
And two baclophines, yeah.
Then I also need this new tablet.
Oh, the brown one.
Yeah.
Christine needs a brown tablet as well. Well, I've dropped one on the floor, but I'll chuck that away later. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a pause now. Well, actually, I'm going to make a finish, because Christina needs to be versorgt, as they say in Germany. So I'm just going to read together what you guys say, and then I'll be right there. Take him for some proper Spanish tapas. You know, I don't think you'd appreciate him, to tell you the truth. I'm a bit curious about the cam during a walk. Okay, I shall do it tomorrow. Down to four in Bolton. Wife and kids off tomorrow to Germany, says Dave Mulready. Same in Dublin. Alan's homemade agree editing is the key to the vlog. However, you only get out what you put in. That's good. And like mine, I think that Lee is limiting his potential by doing his fish and chip stuff. His personality and his filming ability could lead to adding much more value to the viewers. I think if he had the option to try something new and fail, I agree with you. But if you're doing it for a living, you have to do what's tried and tested. And until you get to a stage where you can afford to do something else. I mean, a lot of the American stuff that he didn't come across as good as the stuff he did in Tenerife or in Britain. So he is experimenting, but you've got to be careful, because if you ostracize your bread and butter, if you like, then it can have a big impact in your life. Did you manage to get the lift for Chris? Please give her a pat on the cheek from me, says Mike Davis. We don't have the appointment till the end of December, and it'll take another year after that before we get a lift. So, but thanks today. I hope you get the cam during the walk. So okay, so tomorrow I have definitely decided I'm going for a walk. I'm taking this camera with me, with this Wi-Fi, and we'll go and see what the stabilization's like, and then when I get it's too heavy, I'll stop for a coffee and have a chat with you guys. If you want to walk with me, send me a email to me@timothydow.com, or just go to timothydow.com and press the email button or contact me button, and we'll see you. Chris, I'm going to sort your stuff out now. Do you want to say tra?
One tablet is missing.
I know. Do you want to say tra?
No.
And we'll see you in the morning, yeah? She can't hear me.